Hi, everyone. Today I'm delighted to welcome Cheri Sterman, Senior Director of Education at Crayola and the architect behind Crayola's Creativity Week, a global initiative inspiring children to think creatively and build essential life skills. Cheri is a nationally recognized child development expert who has advised the White House, the President's Council on Arts and Humanities, and national education organizations. We are really excited to connect her with the S.T.E.A.M Race to Space Reading Challenge, where we encourage TK through 12 students to read, dream big, and explore the world of STEM. Today, we're going to talk about how creativity and reading go hand in hand. Cheri, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. I love talking about creativity.
And you're the right person to do that. So let's just jump right in. I think there's a similarity between confidence and curiosity. So, one of the goals of the reading challenge is to help kids see themselves as capable learners and future problem solvers. How does creativity help build that confidence and this sense of, I can do this in kids?
Well, let's start by looking at our definition of creativity. We say it's putting your imagination into action, which students then get excited about because it honors their original thought. And teachers can use creativity to boost learners' confidence by supporting what's known as the 5 key behaviors, those pillars of creativity. The first, be curious. The second, seeking new experiences. Third, considering new possibilities. 4, keeping an open mind. And 5, coming up with unique ideas and new ways of doing things. And when teachers consistently encourage these behaviors, and parents, right? Teachers, parents, if all adults in kids' lives encourage those behaviors, kids deepen their appreciation of their own skills, which is what confidence is all about. But the other thing that's important to keep in mind is the growth mindset. Confidence does not mean being overly self-assured that I'm right. Instead, a growth mindset reminds everyone to learn from mistakes and to embrace change. Now, one of the best ways that I found to explain the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset, so children understand it, right? Because we really want the kids to embrace this, is to point out that people who have a fixed mindset spend more time and energy trying to prove that they were right. And people with a growth mindset spend more time and energy trying to improve themselves. So it's, are you trying to prove yourself or improve yourself? And kids get that. So what we really want is children who are confident in their ability to learn and confident in stretching themselves beyond their prior comfort zones, not fixed mindset and spending time trying to prove I'm always right.
Yeah, solid points there, Cheri. I'm sure not only for teachers, but for parents as well, and librarians and anybody involved in education. So let's expand an invitation to families. And if you could speak directly to parents whose kids and students are in the S.T.E.A.M Race to Space Reading Challenge, what would you want them to know about the power of creativity alongside reading?
So first of all, creativity is an essential life skill. Dozens of researchers have documented that children who have frequent creative experiences when they're young, they have so many lifelong benefits. They have better education success, stronger problem solving skills. They have higher job satisfaction, right? And what I found was really interesting is they are even more actively engaged citizens, meaning that the evidence shows they're more likely to vote, volunteer, and help their community. Now, there's a great book out there if people want to learn more about this. It's called Doing Well and Doing Good by Doing Art by James Catterall. And it really focuses on how creative experiences aren't just fun and playful. They actually build the foundation for a lifetime of success. When you asked about the parallels, I like to think of this as Everybody knows reading is essential because it opens the doors to all sorts of information. So it's key for children to receive that input from others. That's what reading gives you. But what creativity does and why we need to merge them is that creativity is about generating your own ideas, what comes from within. And so you need the input from others and you need the input from yourself. And that's the perfect blend to prepare future ready citizens.
I love it. And I agree with you 100%. Let's you have so much information. I have a hard time kind of encapsulating it for this short video, but let's talk about some of the programs you've done that do focus on STEM, space, and literacy that our families can access right now.
So every year, the Crayola Creativity Week has a spotlight on space. Very early on, in fact, our first partners were NASA. And our contacts and the NASA STEAM education team told us that they wanted a partner because creativity is so essential for every position at NASA. So what families can do, you can sign up for Crayola Creativity Week. It's very easy, crayola.com/creativity week. We keep registration open all the time, although the program is always the last week of January every year. But sign up because then you're opt in to get newsletters from Crayola, so you learn about a read along, draw along, and our art of learning. But the real treasure chest of content that we have that merges STEAM, space, and reading is when you go to Crayola Learning YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
You can find all of the videos that we've done for Creativity Week this year and past years with NASA. So you'll be able to find, we were so fortunate that the lead NASA astrobiologist explained to us the Europa Clipper mission and how it's a 6-year journey. So that mission's still going on. They're still soaring to Jupiter's moon Europa to look for habitability, which is the conditions that could support life. You'll also find the telescope experts from NASA sharing with us the history of the major space telescopes, right? From the Hubble to the James Webb to the one they're working on now, the Nancy Grace Roman, and what we're able to see, beyond our own span of the universe. So Crayola Learning YouTube, and you will see a wealth of things that you can watch on your phone, tablet, computer.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. We have a very robust YouTube channel as well. And on our resource page of the readsteam.org website, we have all sorts of videos from, the Space Center and from teachers and from authors. So we'd love to be able to include some of Crayola's on our resource page as well.
Of course.
So one more question before we wrap up this wonderful opportunity for families. Let's talk about some habits that stick. So programs like Creativity Week, which again, it's an annual event. This is your 5th year, correct?
Yes.
So next, if they're not hearing about this until afterwards, let them know it'll be next year as well. But programs like Creativity Week and this reading challenge aren't just about 1 week, or one season. So what small creative habits do you hope families will carry forward after your exciting Creativity Week program ends?
So the best habit is to weave simple creative moments into everyday routine. You can ask kids to solve problems. You can try out their ideas, even if you're not sure they're going to work, and show your own curiosity. And I love that you pointed out that a week-long program like Creativity Week or, any challenge lasts much longer than the week. It puts a spotlight on so that we're talking about these things. But what I find most exciting is that the report from teachers and parents are that the kids who participated in Creativity Week, 80% of them have increased curiosity and enthusiasm for learning. 85% of them increased their self-expression and sharing original thought. But what's interesting is the impact this week has on adults.
Yeah,
70% of the
right.
teachers, librarians, and parents said it gave them a deeper understanding of the importance of creativity to learning.
Hmm.
And 75% said it established a joyous atmosphere in the classroom that they were able to maintain for the rest of the year as they brought creative experiences and art integration into all subjects. So I think that's, the lasting impact is really what makes us so powerful.
I couldn't agree with you more. We see that with this 3 week long reading challenge that it carries out throughout the whole year. I get notices from families and text messages or Instagram posts that saying, we're still reading the books from your reading list, so it is really important that you mention we're just putting a spotlight on this. Crayola is putting a spotlight on creativity, and we're putting a spotlight on reading books that encourage STEM, and arts are already there because they're in every book, right? So we're on the same mission, the same path, and I'm so happy that we've had this opportunity to let families, educators, kids, students know about Crayola's Creativity Week and the work that you do all year long. So, Cheri, before we say goodbye, is there any last minute anything you would like to say to our audience before we close it up?
We always have a fun comment about STEAM. It provides energy that helps us all soar. So, that little pun about the acronym of STEAM and how we integrate the fields of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, but also think about the steam that comes out of your teapot, and it really does help us all soar.
Well, thank you so much. And just one last little plug for the reading challenge. Again, registration opens September 4th, and we start the reading challenge for logging in your minutes 2 weeks later. So we look forward to your participation. And one more time, Cheri, thank you so much. And thank you for the work you do for students and children around the world, not just here in the United States. You're a global organization and you have a tremendous impact on the success of so many lives. Thank you, Cheri.
Thank you, Pat. Love this.